Welcome back, everybody. I am just some dude on the internet, and we are playing Project Zomboid Build 42. This is the Frank Fultz Chronicles, and I'm going to jump right in with the statistics. So Mr. Frank Fultz right now is currently at 425 Zeds killed, with our favorite weapon being our crowbar. 83 weight, 1 arrow pointing up. I'm quite a little bit confused why I don't see how many days we've survived on here, but let me turn my full UI on. There it is. That's weird. I don't know why that happened. We're 21 days and 8 hours into our adventure. So just shy of a month. Where we last left off, we traversed across town. Pull up this map so I can make my point. We traversed across the town of Muldra from where we had been staying back to our starter home right here. So what I'm thinking moving forward, we are now without electricity these 21 days in. We still have some water from what I have been able to discern, but we have half of the city that we've yet to explore, and there's a couple points of interest that lie ahead. The police station being one of them. There might be a generator magazine in one of the bookstores that is over here. We've already checked the school, the elementary school, and we're not able to find it. But we do have a sledgehammer, and we can take that sledgehammer into town and take a look at what is in this storage unit that we were not able to get into previously. So on today's episode, I think that we're going to go into the center of town, finish exploring these buildings, the industrial buildings, and then we're going to start our adventure toward the police station. I would like to have some form of reconnaissance where I can scout out what the Zed population looks like on this side of town. Ooh. There's a meta event, somebody's screaming and dying right now. But we're going to check out this side of town. Just to remind you all of our long-term goals here, we want to drive to Echo Creek, and we are going to establish Camp Fultz over there. We are going to keep leveling up our foraging, and we want to get to at least 1,000 zombies. Number one immediate goal is to learn and to use a generator. So the power went out and our food has been going bad. There's a couple things that we wanted to do. Revisit the used store with a sledgehammer, read up on our books that we've collected, visit the bookstore, visit the VHS store, visit the liquor store, boost our electrical skills, and do not forget to use your flashlight. Don't forget it. That's why it's on the map. Wow, that was insanely loud. Okay, in terms of skills, real quick, we're just going to do a quick check-in because it's been a little bit. So we are still at 0 at base level aiming. Our reloading is at level 3. Our combat skills, axe is level 2, but we do have a 75% XP boost. Long blade is still at base. We haven't been doing that. Our long blunt is level 4 and 371 XP out of 1500 for level 5. We have an XP boost of 100%. Our maintenance skill, we have been really hammering that home. XP boost of 125% base, and then we were able to find the book to help us get the ×8 multiplier. So we've read the book for levels 5 and 6. Short blade is still base. Short blunt is level 1 currently, working on level 2. And we have not been using spears so far in the 21 days. Speaking of other things that we haven't tapped into, blacksmithing is still base level right now, but that's more of a long-term skill. Our carpentry, which is more of the immediate pressing skill to have, is almost to level 5. We have the ×8 multiplier on it as well, plus a 75% XP boost. Carving is level 1. Our cooking is currently level 4, and we have a 100% XP boost on that. Carving, we don't have an XP boost on. Electrical, we have read the book and have a ×3 multiplier, but we are still base level. Glassmaking base level, napping level 1. And I think, we have a 75% boost on napping and glassmaking, and 125% on masonry. The mechanics skill, which I don't know how much use we're going to get out of vehicles with our motion sensitive trait. I'm going to go ahead and name that off the bat for those of you that might be joining us now. Our character does have the motion sensitive trait, which means that we get motion sickness in a moving vehicle. So if you see this little queasy moodle over here, yeah, that's because I had been driving a car at 10 miles an hour at the end of the previous episode. So that's fun. I just wanted to point that out in case a couple of people have left some comments saying, hey, man, you can drive faster, And unfortunately, that's kind of a character limitation. So that's something that we are dealing with. Okay. And in terms of other skills, let's just kind of finish this guy out. Base level pottery with 75% XP boost, 75% XP boost, base tailoring. But we have a bunch of those books. Welding we haven't tapped into. Luckily, I've almost got to level 3 agriculture and we haven't even planted anything ourselves. So that's something that we want to consider. We got a 75% XP boost on that. Animal care, new to build 42 that we haven't tapped into on this character quite yet, but that is our long-term survival strategy. Our butchering, we have read the first book and we have a 3 times multiplier with a 100% XP boost. And then onto the physical traits. Fitness level 5, light-footed level 4 with a 75% XP boost, nimble. We are working on level 3, so we're currently level 2, 75% XP boost, running, base level, sneaking, working on level 5 with 75% XP boost, strength, working on level 6. And then we top it all off with our survival traits here. Survival traits, first aid, we are almost halfway through to level 1 with a 100% XP boost. Fishing, we are part of the way there, maybe about a quarter of the way there to level 2 with 100% XP boost. Foraging, we are currently level 4, which I can't believe we don't have any additional XP boost. I could have swore that we had that. Our tracking right now is base level, and then we have level 3 trapping with 100% XP boost. So wanted to take a quick inventory there just so that everybody was up to speed, because I know it's been a little while since we have taken a look at those stats. Now, back to the issue at hand. It is 9 p.m. on this fine day, 21 days and 9 hours in July 30th. So we're going to be finishing out our day, and we do still have our water. Now, the thing about my play style is that I enjoy going and kind of building little pocketed survival environments, if you will. So on my person, I think that I collect any other food. I've got peanuts. Okay, yeah, and then I grab, I've got my wood saw and things like that. I think I wanted to maybe improve the outside of the home a little bit too. But in terms of the food that we have in here, all of these things that have gotten rotten in the fridge, just kind of show that off. We do have good beef jerky, cold pack, bunch of milk, a lot of eggs. So there is still good food. Got some stale cheese. And we were kind enough to collect some immediate resources in the area. Oh shit, dude, we got pasta. Look at that. Pasta ain't gone bad. We could boil some water outside. Yeah, we got a grill. We got a grill over here. We could make some pasta. If I have a pot, I do think I have a pot in here. Be so sad if I don't. Is it in the... I did not leave it. Well, empty saucepan. Okay, so that would work. I would hope that I wouldn't need a pot, but if a saucepan would work, that would be great too. But we definitely have a couple of... Yes, look, okay, we have cereal. We have cereal and margarine and milk. So at least we can make the cereal stretch out a couple of days as well before we have to tap into some of the cans. I'm going to keep the canned food for when we start going out into the world. But I want to think about what we're going to be carrying on our person. Let's go outside and drop off. I'm going to turn that down smidgen. We're going to drop off some of the nails and stuff in the trunk. All right, it's safe. All right, we'll put the box of nails in there. And like the wood saw. Yeah, we're going to store that type of stuff in the trunk. Use this as kind of like a mobile place for storage at this point. I think it's a good idea to have a claw hammer on. I will put the hatchet in the back of the truck along with the spade. Okay, yeah, and then we do have our sleeping bags. We want to upgrade at some point from the backpack. While it has served us really well, I would like to see us get something with better storage. Well, that is all she wrote. Okay, so I need to put these nails in the back seat. Okay. I'm just going to put all of the nails in the driver's seat. Okay. Okay, and then in terms of what is in here, paperback, don't trust your doctor, catalog, Luthex watches. Okay. Well, it looks like our night eyes, or our cat's eyes, are kicking in. Hang on, I gotta fix my desk. There we go. Hard to find the right angle. Okay, and then anything else on my person that I can immediately drop? Yeah, we have a decent amount of things. We'll go back in the house. We can leave some stuff on the table, but we are going to have to. I think I want to take the sledgehammer along with me, and then we're gonna have to leave a couple of things behind. Ooh. And then it gets real dark real fast. I think that it's okay if we want to open that. And then on the table, we have our steel rod, more ball peen hammer, hand fork, 4 glasses of water, and then we got some guns and stuff. I think it's nice that this house has a basement directly built into it. Okay, it's 10:10. We are going to go ahead and sleep. I like rotten... More... Yeah, it's that rotten ham. Dude, everywhere I go, I leave little pieces of rotten ham, I swear to God. And we are feeling hopeless, so it would be nice to find some antidepressants. All right, on this fine day, we are gonna go. We got 3 dehydrated meat sticks with us. I don't think that we will need sleeping pills. We're not gonna be out that whole time, so we're gonna place some of this stuff on the table. Sleeping pills. We do not need this many painkillers, so I do have. This is in the military satchel. Yeah, and the stack encumbrance is only 0.4. All right, we're going to take one of them, and we're going to set that on the table. Other stuff that we can leave behind, these cotton balls, 0.3. We are going to put a couple of them on the table. Then place another one. All right, we already have a sterilized bandage. We're gonna place one of the caffeine pill bottles on the table. All right, and we are carrying 1 lighter that is almost empty, 2 matchbooks, stack encumbrance 0.2 and 0.1, so that's fine. That's not eating us alive. We got some sugar cubes. Oh, okay, we got more nails. I will put these nails in the closet, at least for now. Yeah, we got a decent amount of stuff that we've left in here for us. Okay, large hook. I'm gonna put that in the car, actually. We're gonna make a bowl of cereal, sit down and read time. So let's grab the cereal. We already have the bowls. We already got spoons. Awesome. Let's go up to the fridge and with one of our bowls. Where are they? Are they in the backpack? Yeah, they are. Move them both in the main inventory. Awesome. Okay, we can bowl, container, or do I gotta go cereal? More, show craft recipes. Okay, so you already have to pour the milk into the bowl. So let's go ahead and grab a cow's milk carton, put that into the main inventory, and then we're gonna do some cooking magic, bros. Now, with this, let's transfer liquid, and then we will grab the, oh my goodness gracious, I gotta move that menu down. All right, we're gonna drag the cow's milk, and we are going to pour ourselves an entire bowl, 300 milliliters. And then while we are here, we should be able to right click that. Let's go more, show craft recipes used in. Let's do that with the cereal, sorry. More, show craft recipes. Okay, can't, missing, required, too dark to craft. Okay, so you move this way. I can't pour my bowl of cereal in the dark. Okay, so now we can pour ourselves a bowl of cereal. We're gonna go ahead and add this to our favorites, so should just be real easy for us to do. Let's go ahead and craft one. So with one bowl of cereal, we don't have to eat dry cereal, help our character out, not be so upset. All right, so there is one bowl of cereal that's fresh. That's gonna take care of 20 hunger and some thirst. And then I believe, let's move just in case. All right, do I have to, I can research a craft from the spoon. Hang on one second. What could I possibly be researching with a spoon? Gotta spend some extra time here staring at this spoon, really discerning, breaking down the technological advancements of our time. You know how it is. We stand on the shoulders of giants in this house. What did I learn? Learn to make a shiv and learn to forge 2 spoons. Okay, well, while we're at it, let's just go ahead and research. We're gonna stare at the fork and determine the wonders which exist. Yes. We're gonna speed up time because I can't stare here. Learned to carve a wooden fork. The bread knife. Okay, yeah, and then we stared at that. Is there anything else? Anything else that this game is hiding from me? No, okay. You can write a note on the notebook, but it's not really writing, it's typing. Yeah, we could use the notebook to keep track of things too. Okay, so now that I'm done researching things, what I wanted to do was come in here and then equip the spoon in our primary. And then with that spoon, we go over to the bowl of cereal and we'll eat it all. Maybe this will help. If not, then maybe we can read another book, just a standard book. Now, what's going on? Nothing good will ever happen. Yeah, we're very anxious because we need to find some cigarettes. All right, we are gonna go ahead and transfer some more liquid. Nah, I'll leave it. I'll put the cereal in there too. carrying 2 bowls, the stack encumbrance of 1. We're going to leave those in here. I'm going to put the meat cleaver in the fridge. I still have 16 nails on my person. Are you kidding me? Come on. Okay. I'm going to put the mortar and pestle over here. We're not going to need that for a little while until we go out. Okay, so that's 9.62 out of 12. We're carrying 50 bullets on our person. We aren't going to need the bullets right now. Yeah, we're going to read time. So let's sit and rest. All right, this is going to teach us basil, chive, cilantro, lemongrass, mint, oregano, parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, and hops growing season. Nice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read through that. And then we're basically going to go out into the world with our necessities. I think it might also be worth our time to bring the materials necessary to build a door through this window back here, or through this fence. Back it up. Yeah, there we go. We're going to break through one of the fences over here and then build a gate. So that way I don't have to go on such a long walk. Plus, I think that this is a relatively safe street. Okay, we're gonna speed that up. Heck yeah. Okay, now we've learned about time. I'm gonna place this item right there on the table. Okay, the large hook we're gonna go ahead and put in the car, and then we've got our dehydrated meat sticks while we are out, caffeine pills if things go bad. The sugar cubes, I'm gonna place those on the table. We got our pens. We don't need 2 blue pens, so. Put amount away on the ground. We are going to put 1 on the ground. Okay. We're carrying 2 paper clips. Not that that's a big deal. Okay, so we have the bare necessities here. The notebook, we're going to put that on the table. 0.5 is how much it's taken up right now. Okay, we're at 7 out of 12 in the military satchel. What are we carrying? Respirator filters. That's kind of weird that we're carrying that there. Let's move that out. All right, respirator filters. And I think that the mask is in the car, but we will place this. All right, with that down. And then the rest is caramel candies. I'm gonna go back into the satchel here. I'm gonna move the food into the backpack, move the large hook into the main inventory so we can take that out to the car. I'm gonna move the spoon back into the satchel. Spoon's going back into the satchel. There it is. All right, okay, we've got full flashlight still. Awesome. All right, in the bag, we've got some peanuts, 3 dehydrated meat sticks, caramel candies, a Snick Snack bar. Awesome. And then we've got a claw hammer in case we need to dismantle furniture, screwdriver to dismantle thingies. Cool. Last thing I'm going to do is refill some water here. Oh, look at that, fam. The water is officially run dry. So now when you go to drink, it tells us 20.00 out of 20.00 liters. That is your distinction. That is your indicator that you are no longer in the safe confines of a water-filled world. But the good news is, wow. The good news is that there is plenty of water out there. Water and power are officially Dunskis. Ain't no big deal for Frank Fultz. Okay, and then in the meantime, on my person, I am going to hold on to the crowbar. We are going to pop the window open. All right, yeah, so I'm thinking that we can bring the materials necessary to build a gate or something. But we are 100% going to need the sledgehammer, so we'll put the sledgehammer in the backpack. We're going to trade that out for the large hook. Now, let's take a brief moment and think about what this would need. So if I was to take my sledgehammer, my nifty sledgehammer here, and I was to attach it on my back. It's quite heavy, unusable when it's exhausted too. So, okay. And then if I took the crowbar and put it in the backpack, all right, flashlight goes in the backpack as well. And then if I hold on to the sledgehammer, okay, now we're no longer overweight. But what I wanted to say is if I click on destroy here, you can see it'll highlight in green. So let's figure when we want to leave, probably best to go out this way, right? So I believe we need like 3 planks, some nails, something like that, a little something. Let's go over to building. We're gonna take a look here. All right, these are barricades. You don't need that. Carpentry. A crude wooden fence, limited protection from the horde. I'm gonna look this way, stand in the corner just to make sure I'm observing so I don't get munched on. Okay, a double tall wooden gate, which we can build and vehicles can pass through. We need 4 door hinges, 8 planks, 2 doorknobs. We got a log door frame, so we need 3 logs. That might be nice. I feel like a log door frame would work well here. Or a log window frame. Log window frame might be nicer, yeah, so that we can see before we go through it. And just a normal gate there, a wooden door that is basic. And look at that, and we can make an advanced door frame now. Ones that don't look like crap. A wooden wall. Must be built on a wall frame. Okay, and we can build wall frames. Wooden window frame. An advanced wooden window frame. Requires carpentry level 4. Okay, so we need 2 planks and 4 nails. And then we can build an advanced wooden window frame. We're gonna add that to our favorites right now. All right, and I think did we have planks already available to us? And really quick with the tarp, I want to see to make a tent. Show build recipes. No, maybe it's the craft. No, okay, wait. Make a tent kit. So we just need 4 stakes, 2 wooden rods, and 1 long stick. This is actually going to be really important for when we travel. And stakes should be... And I wish they made it easier to... Should just be able to take wood and turn them into stakes. The wooden rods 2, and then long stick 1. I think, do we have those downstairs? I feel like we had... Hang on. Equip this in our secondary. take a look at the sticks. So small handle, we should be able to turn that into a stake. Wooden saw, screws. Oh, wait, hang on. Just a file. And a wooden rod. Oh, wait, hang on. Wait, is this like a fishing rod? Or just, no, that's weird. As an input used for favorite recipe. Ah, well, there's the 2 wooden rods that we need. Okay. So we will, I'm going to throw this in the bag real quick. And then the stakes, craft recipe. This would be assemble a bladed item. Medium handle. Meat cleaver, and then the medium handle. Okay, carve a steak. All right, so 1 medium handle, and I could turn it into a steak, and then a small handle, I'm assuming as well. So like so we need a steak for the tent. Let's go back over here. So for the tent kit, you need a stake, you need 2 wooden rods, and then you need a long stick. Okay, so we could make that pretty easy to make an improvised tent kit. The reason that I say this is because whenever we inevitably start going out into the world, we are going to go further and further into like the wilderness. And having a tent with a sleeping bag and a pillow are important factors for our character. The sleeping bag on its own, I think that you can find ones that are good quality that would give you maybe average, but that alone isn't going to make you sleep well. So if you put the sleeping bag in a tent, then that makes it, higher quality sleep. And then you throw a pillow on top of that, and then you get really, really nice quality sleep. I say that because as your sleep deteriorates over time, then your character is going to be far less effective in many different areas of the game. Now, this medium handle, yeah, we're gonna throw this wooden rod, medium handle, and there. I just want to make sure if I step away. Okay, so there's another wooden rod in here. Where am I missing it? Small handle. I'm just gonna take you to. Ah, there's the wooden rod. Okay. Good, the Wunderwaffe. And then for the extra carpentry giggles, I mean, building on these walls in here would be nice just to get, some extra. Oh, look at that. Holy shit, fam. Okay, and we have the long stick. We have a small handle and another wooden rod. Okay, so I think that we might be able to make this work. We might be able to make the tent kit. Let's go back over to the crafting, go to our favorites. What can we do? And the meat cleaver, I need to swap that out. Yeah, let's go back upstairs so that we can stop wasting our... No, I don't need the hand drill. There we go. Leave the hand drill and the welding rods. And turn that off. Okay. Let's take a look really quick. In order to make the tent kit, so we already have one long stick, we have 2 rods, we have a tarp. Let's go on the floor here. Put that in the main inventory. So we have the tarp. Now we just need 4 small stakes. All right. So I'm going to place all of these materials. The 2 wooden rods are going to go on the ground. The long stick can go on the ground. then we are going to see. So with the medium handle, we should be able, let's go over to the table here. Right click this. Let's go show craft recipes used in, go back here. Carve a stake so we can use a medium handle, a tree branch, a wooden rod, a broken large handle. Okay, so you could take broken things as well. Where the frick is my knife, bro? Do I have one in here? I don't got any serious carving knives. Oh, I do have the butcher, the meat cleaver, so guess that's what you're gonna use to carve things. Not saying that it's the best, but all right, so we can carve a steak. Thank God that we already have some carving skill. Okay, that gives us 8. And then we've got 1 steak, plop that on the ground. And then just taking a look at the other ones that we do have, those small handles, it does not look like we are able. You need a small handle, a hunting knife to, okay, then you can assemble a bladed weapon. So you can literally, oh, you turn, okay, you have the hunting knife blade. I was like, what? You can make, okay. Well, yeah, it looks like the small handles are not going to be useful in this instance. All right, well, I'll put the small handles away. We'll do that. Put that there. Oh, look, shit, we got another medium handle. Okay. Cool. Well, if I take the large handle, can I craft? Can I craft? It's too dark. Okay, so let's... Well, we are going to grab the large and the medium handle from our closet. Heck yeah, my friends. Okay. Now we can... Oh, what is this? Research a craft from the large handle. What mysteries will we learn? Oh, it would be a good idea for us to cook some eggs and stuff too. We're just a little bit peckish. We'll fast forward this research. What are we learning, huh? Okay, that looked like that went really fast, but I think that said like make a spear weapon. The medium handle, was there anything I could learn? No. Anything I can learn from the ancient sage of crowbars or can openers? It does not appear so. Okay, so we're gonna carve another steak from a large handle. Make do with all of the stuff that we currently have, you know? Kind of repurpose it. All right, we'll fast forward through that. All right, the medium handle, we will make our third steak. Okay, so we have 3 steaks in total. Oops, clicked the wrong thing. Not building, crafting, favorites. Oh, look, I can make a steak out of the wooden rod, but I can't, I don't want to do that because I need the wooden rods. Okay. So yeah, we have 3 out of the 4. Interesting how it's not pointing them out. Available ingredients. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. I think that they need to fix that. That's a bug because it shows available ingredients steak 3 and then it shows 0 out of 4. Maybe because it's just not in my inventory, I assume. All right. Well, for the 4th steak, let's go on a... Let's see. Can I... don't want to destroy this. Can chop down a tree. Yeah, let's do that. All right, we'll grab our hatchet and equip it in our primary. Move that tarp into the backpack. I'm gonna go onto the property next to me. Oh, there's some lovely group of trees there, but I'm gonna go for these right here in the immediate vicinity. Okay, and then we got another tree right here. Okay. We're gonna pick up all of these wonderful pieces that we have, and we're just gonna carry them back to the property. We're gonna need the logs to saw planks. Really? Okay. If I equip this log primary, it won't let me. Okay. Well, we'll drag this shit back to the house. Did I put the saw? Yeah, I still have it right here. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna grab the wood saw and bring it back. And a bunch of the nails. Welcome, welcome. We are currently constructing some carpentry. Constructing some things with our carpentry. All right, so out here should be fine. Yeah, we should be safe here. We're gonna work on some of these logs. We're gonna saw a couple of them so we can get ready to build our advanced window to make safer treks in and out of this part of the neighborhood. Okay, it will fast forward, we gotta be a little bit careful because we don't want Zed sneaking up on us. Bam, there's that 40 carpentry experience. Where are we at? 1247 out of 1500 with that ×8 multiplier. Don't mind if I do. All right, we are gonna saw more logs. Bring this. Set that over there. All right, we're gonna fast forward time. 1247 to 1287. All right, we're gonna drop these planks on the ground and then saw more. Got 6 planks. Sweet. All right, we will fast forward again. So 120 experience just from the carving alone. So we're gonna bring, I think we needed 4, right? So let's come over here. And I foresee, I mean, you put a window right in the corner. I think that'd be a good way to go about this. So let's drop 3 planks on the ground right here. We're gonna take an opportunity as well. Let's carve. Front, there's tree branch. Carve 8 small handles from a sapling. Jesus, okay. Carve a spear, carve a long stick. All right, well, we're going to start with the tree branches. Carve ourselves some more stakes. And that should be useful for us. And then we'll be able to assemble the tent kit. Yeah, we are a little bit hurt. How's our health doing? Yeah, we're carrying a whole lot right now. Okay, let's go inside real quick. Yeah, we're quite exhausted, out of breath. That whole shebang. Okay. Let's go right here. We're going to drop a whole bunch of this stuff on the ground right now. Get it off of our person. Throw the tarp on the ground too. Okay, that seems to have helped. Health is not dropping anymore. Awesome. Okay, now let's go to our crafting menu, go to our favorites, and la-di-da. We now have 1 out of 1 for the tarp, 4 out of 4 for the stake, 2 out of 2 for the wooden rods, 1 out of 1 for the long stick. Put them all together, and what do you get? You get an improvised tent kit. Yeah, we are extremely overloaded as we are holding on to the stuff to assemble the tent kit, but this should be fixed momentarily. You're almost there. Bam. Okay. Now in the main inventory, we have an improvised kit. So that holds 8. That's an encumbrance of 8. Needs to be packed to be attached to a backpack. Place an unpacked sleeping bag or mattress inside of it to increase sleeping comfort. So you can pack the tent. So it's currently at 8. Let's see, does the encumbrance go down when you pack it? One would hope. Okay, and then it goes to 4 encumbrance. And can I fit that in my backpack? Heck yeah, okay. Well, as you see, I mean, I'm carrying a sledgehammer right now, so that is definitely contributing a bunch of the weight that I have. 16 out of 11 right now. Okay, but health is overall looking okay. I got this little mini HUD. Oh yeah, that's right. Right, hang on. We're gonna take a pause. I want to show you the mods that I currently do have installed, and I can try to link these. But we are currently rocking Build 42 Pack Mule, the Blue Moon mod for outdoors, more immersive vehicles. That's just gonna be for having your doors open throughout the world. Generator range, so we can see how far the generator goes. Here goes the sun. That is just going to be more like lighting effects, I believe. Hiding the debug menu on right click. Mod loader, sorting the mini health panel that you saw on the bottom left there. We get more description for our traits. Nested containers, so you can see the bags within bags. I don't need to go digging through them. Sandbox options, just in case we need to. You've already seen this one, but take any amount. Just a nice, easy, good mod. Burgett's vanilla clothes, high definition, so just more clothes, making them look nicer. More damaged objects throughout the world. Open all containers, and that's you're going to see throughout the world. As I open things, things will physically seem open. Place anywhere mod, that means that I could stack chairs on top of chairs. Lots of fun stuff there. Then these are shaders. Shader Z Vivid, and Shader Z Water. So I wanted to take a moment, show you guys the mods that I currently have installed, just in case you were curious. Okay, with these other things that we are rocking here, a sapling, right? Let's turn that into 8 small handles. Might as well get some experience. So today is likely, you know, that preparatory day where we're kind of getting our stuff ready to go on the next adventure. And I'm fine with that. Better safe than sorry. All right, there we go. 16 experience. How is our carving looking? 58 out of 150, so we're a third of the way there. Awesome. I'm gonna put these small handles with the other small handles. So we have 10 small handles. And those small handles would be great, you know, for making smaller weapons. Let's just kind of pull this up again. So the crafting with the small handles, you can assemble a crude knife. So that's using a stone blade and a small handle and duct tape. And that's another reason why maintenance is so awesome. Carving a wooden spoon. So you literally just take a small handle and a knife, or, you know, anything that you can use to cut things up. Doesn't look like... oh yeah, you can use a sharp flint flake too. Okay. You can carve some dice. Okay, so it's just a knife and the small handle, and requires carving level 2. Okay, and then you get a pipe. To make the fork, you need to have carving level 2. Okay, then you start going into blacksmithing. Okay, so the rest of this right now is blacksmithing for chisels, corkscrews, forging a drill. Blacksmithing level 5. A fleshing tool, a gardening trowel, a handguard dagger, forging a kettle, masonry trowel, and then a straight razor. You need blacksmithing level 9 for that. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's what the small handles are going to be used for. And then in terms of, that's 4 small handles. We will carve a wooden rod. Have some of these materials on hand that we're going to need in the future. Okay, and then you got twigs. Oh, you can make a stack of twigs. Okay, that's interesting. Make a twig broom. Okay. And then the wooden rod I want to take a look at. So recipes. There's building recipes. Okay, and the build recipes, a crude wooden bookcase, 8 tree branches, a tarp shelter. Oh, we made the tent kit. Okay, but a shelter, a basic shelter which can be slept in, fire pit with stones, a classier way to cook. You need masonry level 1 for that. A lean-to shelter, a wooden stool, a crude table. And really that's it. There's not much. Okay, well, a wooden rod will do. And then available. Okay, so does it looks like you can use a wooden rod as a substitute there. I don't know. Possible items. That's, I guess you can't. You need to have tree branches for that. Interesting. All right, well, I'll throw that wooden rod. I guess I won't. I'll put it on the ground in there. All right, we got to fill up our water bottle. And with water now being one of the next fun challenges that we're going to have to deal with. All right, so we're going to fill plastic empty bottle. All right, we are going to take, if I go upstairs, I think that we'll be fine taking a sheet from upstairs. Is there any already like left up here? No. Okay, and there's not one in here. Okay, I don't think that it'll be that big of a deal. I am going to take the curtains. We're gonna take these curtains, and then we are going to get the materials prepared for building our window, which, just to pull this up, under the building and favorites here, advanced window frame. It's only 2 planks. Oh, must be built on a wall frame. Okay, so we need to build a wall frame as well. Let's wall frame, wooden wall frame. Okay. So the wooden wall frame would be 2 planks and 2 nails, and then 2 planks, 2 nails, and 4 nails. Okay, cool. So a total of 4. Yeah, let's grab a plank. Oh, cool. And then we can make box traps and crate traps. Carve wooden rods too. Okay, these planks we're gonna place on the ground. I'm gonna place the sheet on the ground. The wood saw can go in the backpack along with the meat cleaver. All right, we are going to equip the sledgehammer in both of our hands. We are currently out of breath and we are hungry. I hope that there's not Zeds on the other side. I think that we will be okay. Time will tell just how wrong I am about this. Interesting, it doesn't want... Is it because I have shit on the ground there? Yeah, this is fine. We'll do there. This is going to destroy someone's OCD. Okay. And we safe. We safe, boys. Okay. Awesome. Let's go right here. Oops. We're going to go building. We're going to say wooden wall frame. We're going to build that wooden wall frame right here. Okay, there's the wooden wall frame. And then we will build the wooden frame, the advanced wooden frame. Bam, 320 carpentry experience for that. Pushed us right over. Okay, cool. Wow, dude, you just need to build 10 of those, only 10 of those, and then we could get to carpentry 6 at this point because of the multiplier that we have, which would probably be worth it, honestly. All right, we are going to grab the sheet, and then with it, we will add it. And voila, my friends. Well, That is a little bit disheartening that does not align. That this is really going to kill someone's OCD. They're going to be so upset. But now we have the ability to just hop through here as opposed to jumping the fence and walking around. You love to see it. Just pop through. Yeah, and then this was more precautionary measure, right? I can go like this, and then I immediately have a field of view to see if there are Zeds, that could possibly kill me. I can give a quick scout. Oh, okay, we're safe, and then we go. How goes the day? Oh, hey, Plasmid, good to see you. Yeah, I just got done doing some assembling. Yeah, I dismantled this part of the wall with a sledgehammer and then just threw in an advanced window here. So that way we can quickly hop to the other side. Okay, and then in terms of the other stuff that we got, we are currently overloaded. How's the health? Health is doing okay. With these other pieces, oh cool. Love stuff like that. Yeah, that's... We took a little brief pause and kind of planned it out. I chopped some stuff down. We also had the materials. I carved a couple of stakes and we made our tent kit. So we now officially have an improvised tent kit that is packed in the backpack, which we will be able to combine with the sleeping bags and the pillow that we found. So that means that when we start going out into the world, we can sleep anywhere and we'll be safe. We'll be fine. Okay, we are quite hungry. Let's pop back in the house. Try to take care of our characters' needs real quick. Okay, we should still have our bowls. Where did I put my bowls? They're over here, aren't they? I just ate from them earlier today, I swear to God. Well, I put them down. What can we use the brown sugar for? What kind of... For making cake batter. We have corn... Literally the only thing that we are missing is yeast. And we have the recipe and everything. We could make cake batter and make a cake. We could bake a cake. How awesome is that? I just need a muffin tray. Oh, okay, but I don't have the recipe to make muffins. God damn it. And I can't make cookies, but I can make batter. That's wild. Anyways, I came over here with the intent to look for my bowls that I have misplaced. Did I put them in the fridge? Yes, I did, because I am a smart person. Transfer some liquid. Right. I'm gonna move more cow's milk. Oh my God. Okay, this is killing me, Smalls. We're gonna transfer liquid. What is happening? Do I have to have it on my person? That's maddening, bro. I couldn't just move it from the fridge. I had to put it on my person first. Okay, we got a bowl of milk, and then we should now be able to make ourselves a bowl of cereal. Or cereal. It's because it's fucking... This drives me nuts. We need to fix this. It's too dark to make a bowl of cereal, it says. But when I suddenly come over here, I can pour myself a bowl of cereal. God forbid I'd pour a bowl of cereal in the dark. All right, well, we're gonna eat ourselves a bowl of cereal. And then, oh, geez. We're gonna eat that, not push. I accidentally clicked the space bar. Dude, my nose is stuffy. I don't know what is going on. There's stuff in the air or something. Yeah, and then I need to drop some of this stuff. Hatchet and nails for right now. We're gonna plop those on the ground. And okay, we'll put the bandana back on the face. And it's only 5:40. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do with the rest of our time. These guys, plopping them on the ground. They can be right there. Flashlights. We're also going to leave the sledgehammer. This is a scouting mission only. All right, crowbar going on the back. All right, wood saw is going back on the ground, and improvised tent kit's going on the ground as well. Allergies with the weather, probably. Yeah, dude, it's awful. We are so hopeless. Why is Project Zomboid emulating real life right now? It's too real. Okay, and I'll hold on to that. Okay, we are going to be very careful in our exhausted state, but we are going to go on an adventure, my friends. Wonderful. Okay, so we are going to go around this side real quick. Just kind of clear out some of the dark patches that are in this immediate area. Okay, dude, I walk that way and then the music gets really loud. Don't do that. That's spooky. I don't like when that happens. Right. Keep going. Want to see what's in these trees. Jesus. Darker than 1,000 midnights over here. All right, that gives us at least some line of sight. Perfect place to forage as well. And then this leads us to the church, which has a fountain. That's interesting. Did they break through this? There's a doorknob and an iron pipe. Well, I'm gonna take the doorknob. Oh, wow, dude, yeah, they broke through. There's another one. They broke through the fence. We're gonna take the door hinges and the door knobs because we can use that for more crafting recipes. I wonder, are you able to pick these up? Hang on a second. You need agriculture to pick up the angelic gravestone. And then you need a garden hoe or hand fork or a pickaxe, a shovel, a spade. I could pick this up. Interesting. Can I pick up a gravestone? You can. You can pick up the arched gravestone. Don't at me coming over here finding a Chinese evergreen to pick up. Or a snake plant. Dude, I could take these little trees and bring them back home. Make them look all nice. This water is definitely not flowing. I can't, oh, this is a water source. Unsafe for consumption though, okay. And then about this, no, that's not showing it. Okay, we are gonna rest quickly. We're currently out of breath. That cereal did not last us long. This is a nice, safe, gated area. We can actually see through the other end here. Okay, well, it looks like we're still safe. Let's move this way. Oops. I think that we had been on the other side over here. Yeah, I remember being in there, taking a look at that house. That's the you store it. Ah, look at that. Okay. So we can at least... Ooh. All right, I'm going to move this way. I'm going to get out of the way. I was intrigued by this guy. All right, yeah, I'm gonna get the one guy that I can see. And I don't think that I made it. I don't think that I made it inside of the church. I can't remember if I did because this seems familiar. Oh shit. Okay, that was, dude, that water, that got me. I thought that was a person. Oh shit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's a bunch. Okay, and then 1, 2, yeah. All right. And then that one guy right there. All right, well, that's a lot of ground covered. I like that we were able to get in here quite easily. This is what I mean by a reconnaissance mission. Okay, and we do got one. So by not overloading ourselves and just kind of coming out here doing a quick glance, you know, the whole point is to know what we are going up against. Okay, and then we got 2 Zeds that way. Someone had broken out of that house, it looks like. Make sure nobody is ever sneaking up behind me. I'm being cautious because my character is tired. Wow, that was lethal. So I'm not interested in engaging in the fight right now. I'm much more interested in seeing who I could possibly fight. Or whom. Whatever it is. Danger. Danger. What's going on in here? Anybody got a... There's Woodcraft, episode 1. Not that we can watch it right now. And we are far beyond that. Canned tuna. Love it. So this is what I mean. We are out in the world. The water has officially turned off 21 days in. And now we have to drink and fill our canteens on the go. So while you are out and about in the world, easiest way to do it. Just make it a reflex. Oh, I'm here. Let's go ahead and fill up on water. Now you got your rotten ice cream, tots, stale salami. I mean, it's not the best. It won't make us very happy, but I'm going to eat the entirety of the stale salami because I'm peckish. Bunch of people broke out of here, that's for sure. Okay, anyone in here? Push on the door. Nobody's pushed back and I don't hear any moans. I'm good. All right, push on the door. Nobody? All right, we're good. That's a little quick sanity check. Now, push on the door. And you can also press E twice. Kind of flash like that. But beware that, I mean, you're only able to see what you are able to actively see. So flashing might not, you might not see a zombie, but you want to make sure. Always good to check stuff like this because you never know, somebody might have cigarettes or something. All right, and then this was the bathroom. Bathrooms are notorious for holding Zeds. More painkillers. And then we should keep an eye out for things to make bombs out of. So hairspray. Oh, this is the rest of this. Kentucky Observer, the magazines, lifestyle. This handles boredom and stress. We are like depressed, so might be able to help. We're gonna grab the door hinge and the doorknob again. These people are all doing work on our behalf. We'll grab the scrap wood because the scrap wood would be useful in our wood stove. All right. So from a glance across the parking lot, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the like 7 that were over there. So that's pretty decent, I would say. And then this road stretches up behind it. 2 more over there. Okay. Well, this is a nice covered expanse. I like it. Plenty of trees as well to come over here and chop down for wood. And I mean, while we're at it, I mean, let's just click on and investigate areas. So this is the foraging menu. I have not been really doing this in our current run of Frank Fultz, but in the first iteration, this foraging we had up to level 9. But, you know, it's worth seeing if you can find some stuff. But we're in the middle of town, so it's not like you're going to find the best stuff. Now, this, I believe, is because of that mod. You're seeing the sunset happening. You're wondering what this red or orange is over here. All right, down below, got several. I want to just kind of scout it out from this perspective. Awesome. There's one there. It looks orange and glorious out here. There's a gnome. All right. There is a mini horde. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5, 6. There's 7. Through the neighborhood, though, looks safe. All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, look, there's a little gate in the corner there too. And this is the entry back into our neighborhood. So it looks like we have a couple that are meandering. But I don't need to pick a fight. I'm unpleasantly hot. 83.9 degrees. All right. So, in terms of food, it would be nice. We've got a whole bunch of eggs, so we should probably look at tapping into those. That's technically still fresh food. Awesome, that gets closed. Now we're back. And I mean, if we truly wanted to, we could enclose this little box, you know, get the carpentry experience there, and then go from there. I've definitely done that before, where it's like, oh, let me close this off, close that off, close that off. And then I've built like gates and stuff in the past. But in terms of like our carpentry experience, I mean, we would probably get by with just boarding up the windows. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to spend the rest of the day, I think, boarding up the windows. Let's grab our planks, and then I think I've left the nails and everything. Yeah, let's go drop some stuff off inside first, and then we'll board up the windows. Yeah, we've got, I'll just drop these in the utility closet. Door hinges and doorknobs. 3 hinges, nice, okay. Saves me a trip from having to go dismantle a whole bunch of doors. And on our bookshelf, we do have some flyers, magazines, We are desperately searching for the How to Use Generators magazine. I got my rifle here too, but I don't think that I need to use that right now. I would like to see, again, it's too dark to read if I stand right here. Can I? The worst. Okay, so we've gotten a little bit more, into this direction. Police station is over here. This is going to be our ultimate goal. So, our ultimate goal. One of the goals is to get to the police station. So that police station, I believe, is this community right here. Okay. And we are definitely going to be able to make more progress on that. Tomorrow, we're still tired. We're going to grab the nails, 18 of them. Don't mind if I do. We already have the claw hammer. Drop the scrap wood on the ground for right now. Okay, so we just need the nails. Okay. I got like 300 experience for doing that. So something tells me maybe I could build a second one over here, but I don't know for the time being, I'm going to start with the basics. We're going to go 5 is enough to, 4 is what it takes to board up a window entirely. So a bunch of these already have 1 on them. Let's tack on a couple. And I believe that they were boarded from the inside. So might as well finish the job, Oops. That's the bathroom. We're going to start with the door. So we will have to go to the crafting, go to our favorites. Or actually not crafting. We're going to have to go to build, favorites, plank barricade. And then, is it because it's too dark? So here's where, gotta come over here and then put the flashlight heavy duty into our secondary. And then we can go to build, go to the favorites. Sweet. Okay, now we can barricade. So there's 2. That gave us 80. There's 3. There is 4. Okay, so I can't build any more in there. So I'm going to walk up to this window. This should be number 5. I was wrong, I think. Or did I have 6? Okay. Well, in any case, that carpentry is at 707 out of 3,000. And carpentry level 6. So what goes on with carpentry here? Carpentry level 6 gives us the large frame pack frame. And you need a recipe for it. Large frame pack frame. So what does that like I don't know what you do with that. But the rest of this, okay. Carpentry 1, 2. Let's Required items. Oh, interesting. So you can see it in a list or in a square. That's fine. A wooden toolbox. Okay. Saw down a baseball bat. So that just gives you a short bat. Saw a large branch. Okay. And then you start looking at logs. Okay, let's go from crafting to building and then go to carpentry. Expand this out. Take a look this way. Okay, so from the carpentry perspective, staircase, that requires carpentry level 6. Yeah, okay, so staircase, carpentry level 6, that's really the main draw. The rest of the stuff, as you go beyond that, I think like, it improves the quality of what it is that you're building. Everything that you build does have a health component that Zeds can break through. So they could, break through all of the barricades that I have created and tear them down. But also the quality will look better the more that you, the higher the skill. Because notice that it says advanced right now. But when you go from, let's take a look. Carpentry, yeah. So we are currently in advanced carpentry, 5 and 6. And then you get to expert. And then you get to master, I believe. But we are just trying to get to level 6 at this point, which I think is really doable. I think that if we play our cards right, we could do that by the end of this episode. We're only an hour and a half in. And then once you have that, then we can build like staircases, to go up and view. But we have to be very careful about heights. Heights do not mix with Zed as our Project Zomboid, as we have seen. It's a great way to die. All right, 10:10 p.m. No problem. We need our sweet tobacco. Okay, we're gonna turn this light off. And then alarm is set. Simple bed, we will sleep. But yeah, that agitation that our character has, that is a byproduct. Oh no. And we woke up in the middle of the night with panic. All right, well, let's fill up on our water. Yeah, we are at our breaking point, it is saying. All right, now we're just nervous and hopeless. Well, Fook, in terms of reading, I think all of our other books are currently at the other house. I don't think that I can go back to sleep. Yeah, I'm not tired enough to sleep. Well, but at this point, taking a magazine and just unloading and reloading, I don't think I don't need to have anything fancy to be able to do that. So I'm going to sit in the corner here. Rest. Yeah, and then if I were to turn this off, unload the magazine. Insert magazine. Yeah, I can do this in the dark. Awesome. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and spend some time doing the things that we don't like to do. We need 750 experience to get that up. So might as well do that in the middle of the night since we can't sleep, right? I was surprised to find out that there were actually like books, skill books on reloading. Are we bored now? Bored and tired? Just a little bit? We're at 79 or 93. Okay. 93, make it 100. 97. And we do this very quickly, I think, because of the bandolier. Because even without this... Yeah, the bullets bandolier reduces hand-fed firearm reload time. Okay, well maybe it doesn't affect the putting the magazines in here. It would just affect the reload. Keep going here. I mean, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Is my character going to be ready? 176. Okay. Let's go back upstairs. See if we can get some sleep in. Oh shit, yeah, I know how we're gonna get the rest of this carpentry experience. There's wall frames already built downstairs. Still not tired enough. Oh shit. Okay, well I'll show you what my idea is in the interim. All right, so downstairs there are already a whole bunch of wall frames here. If we build the walls themselves, we got like 300 experience per, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think it was like 180 experience that we got for building the wall frame, but I think to build the wall on top of it, we would get more. So follow me as I speed run carpentry level 6. Well, oops. We will hop out the window. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to do some chippity chopping away. There was a plank, or sorry, a log over here. So I'm gonna grab that leftover log. We got these dead bodies that are starting to smell bad. And I think I think the shovel is in the back. Yeah, so we should be able to dig. Yeah, okay, and then there is the... All right, so we got one Zed here. We're gonna turn this off. Get real quiet. Grab that log. Move on. Yeah, so chopping these trees down would be a good idea as well. .30 in the AM. Okay, so we're going to take that log and we are going to saw it to get the planks. And we're going to take our planks downstairs with us. And I wonder if with the higher carpentry, do you get more materials? So sawing this log, am I going to get 4 planks or am I going to get 6? I thought I was getting 6. Three planks. Then did any end up on the ground? No. Okay, so it's 3. All right, well, regardless, we're gonna go downstairs. We're gonna try this. All right, this guy right here. Let's open building. Let's Go to carpentry, and then you have, we're not building a wooden fence. There's wooden floor. So that's just a 1-to-1. Okay, well, that's cool. We can do that. Wooden wall that needs to be built on a wall frame. So this is what we are going to be doing. Let's build this guy up. Wooden wall advanced. Oh, come on. Come on. What's going on? Do I have to? Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see how much this is going to net us. 320. Hell to the yeah, brothers. Brothers and sisters. Okay, so this is... We are out of the material. I think that it required 2, at least. Yeah, it requires 2 planks. Okay, cool. Well, we'll get the rest. In the meantime, let's put this 1 plank and the couple of 9 nails on the ground. We'll come back and finish that. Now, that will get us the experience that we needed, because at that point, right, like carpentry, we're at 1067 XP. We need 3,000 to get to carpentry level 6. We got that times 8 multiplier. So if we're getting like 300, then that means that we only need about 10. So let's chop up the remaining trees that we are going to need and make it happen. This is some long-term prep that we're doing. All right, this guy, we're gonna equip you in the primary, and I'll take the magazine and put it in the military satchel. All right, the crowbar should be on our back, which it is. Okay, and then in terms of food, let's take a look. We have eggs. These eggs stay good for a long time, surprisingly. Yeah, 3 cartons full. But I do believe that in order to make this scramble, we need a pan. So we might have to go next door or something like that. I mean, we have a saucepan, but I don't think that you can use saucepan. What can you make? Making cabbage rolls, preparing maki, preparing muffins. But yeah, like we don't have the know-how for that. We don't have the technology. Pipe segments. Putting rice. I mean, so we could cook rice, but I don't think that we have. I don't think that we have any. Making the cake batter. Yeah, so unfortunately we need a frying pan. We do have one, but it's just in our other home. So let's make another bowl of cereal. Do the classic game of put all 3 of these things in the inventory, then go to the bowl, transfer liquid, slide that over, move the cow's milk over there, move that up. All right, so we're almost out, and then we will go here, pour a bowl of cereal, and that will deal us 20. And then I believe, I think, can I put anything else in the bowl of cereal? No. Yeah, I was like, if I made the oatmeal, I'd be able to, because I cook that, but this doesn't look like you're able to mix it with other stuff. So we'll just eat the fresh bowl of cereal as is. Okay. Well, with that out the way, plop that shit back on the ground. Don't worry, we'll get back to all of this. But we currently have our hatchet, so we're gonna turn off our flashlight. Cool. I would love to find a fire axe as well. That would be great. Okay, in the meantime, yeah, those trees over there look really nice. But we're gonna start with what is available to us. All right, grab all the materials, drag them into the home. And then we'll take the saplings and stuff like that and we'll make the long sticks, because I believe with the long sticks we can end up making a fishing rod. And the fishing will definitely be helpful for us. Yeah, so we'll just drop all this stuff right next to the sledgehammer and all that other stuff. Log. There we go. Those three things on the ground. Yeah, it's my mission now. Hey, Floyd, I just checked in. I should really be sleeping, but it was enough for me to learn to make a bowl of cereal, which I never did in PZ before. Fun. Yeah, dude, I'm glad to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sorry I couldn't stream yesterday. I was on hold for 3 hours with a travel agency trying to cancel a flight because of the weather. And it ran right up until the moment that I was going to start streaming. And I was like, there's no way that I could go from sitting for 3 hours then to doing another like 2.5 or 3 hours of sitting. So sorry I couldn't stream yesterday, but I'm really glad that I caught you now. Thanks for joining, man. I really do appreciate all of your commentary and comments. So I hope you have a great night. I hope you'll learn a lot through this episode. We've been doing more carpentry and fun stuff like that, really tapping more into the mechanics. So get yourself some sleep and you'll catch this VOD. It'll be out in a couple days. All right, we're gonna keep chopping this stuff down. Part of me had thought maybe I could like make another one of these things here, but I feel like that's overkill to hop through the window, then hop back over. Stay safe in this weather. Yeah, fortunately for me, since I'm not traveling now, that I don't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, I was going to be flying to Atlanta, and I've got a bunch of text and stuff over the last day. People are saying like it is just frigid and cold. I think the worry was that I would have been able to make it there, but maybe not have been able to make it back. But yeah, you too. You take care of yourself. I know the weather's crazy out there right now. We're getting that fantastic, whatever it's called, the muscle strain mechanic hitting our arm there. All right, we're safe. Just make sure nobody else is popping in. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll get this. A couple more trees. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this should be 7, 8, 9, 10. And then with that 10, we get 3. That's 30. 30 planks of wood. Need 2 per wall. And if there were 10, that would be 20. So, hell yeah. This should be enough to get us the materials that we need. I don't have rope though, and I would be able to make a bundle of logs. Let's see, Plasmid says, I learned this weekend that you can get battery-powered heated gloves, and it's crazy that the weather is requiring that for some people. You know what? More power to you. If you have battery-powered heated gloves, I mean, that sounds like you need them. So this is going to be a couple of treks worth to grab all of the logs that we're going to need. But fortunately, we were in a relatively safe area. So we're going to take our opportunity to build out this little home that we have while it's still safe. All right, we'll grab anything that will still fit in our hands. All right, cool. We'll come back for the remainder. How much are we weighing, right? 49 out of 12, yeah. Yeah, that will exhaust you. Yeah, and then we need to take care of these dead bodies. We're gonna end up burying them too. Not all of those ones in the street over there, but like immediate area, yeah. Nice slow trek back to the house, but we'll saw all of these logs in the comfort of our own home, and then we'll end up using nails and stuff like that, and we'll board up the window, the remaining windows that we can, just keep ourselves nice and safe. Really, I mean, like the goal here, like I said, is multiple smaller pockets of homes that we'll be able to kind of make a network through. So having at least one area that you know is safe, that you can retreat back to, is important, especially as time goes on and things start to get more and more chaotic. The horde size gets bigger, and there are zombie horde migration mechanics. So I like having a couple of opportunities, you know, to bounce around between safety, especially since I'm kind of slow and methodical. I like to take my time, think things through. Best way to survive is to have a plan, but whenever you're in danger, I mean, that's easier said than done. So plan for what you can, and then if you can't plan, react. And then you'll see what else happens. What really gets me is knowing that people have survived for like longer periods of time, and then they end up dying to those little things. Like I said, like I saw somebody step on a fire for no reason. They're like, it was just really tempting. I wanted to see what it would do. And they're like, and holy shit, I caught on fire and my character, you know, died from an infection. And you're like, yep, that happened. You know, I was very lucky to not die from falling off that roof. I didn't break anything at that elementary school, so that was very fortunate on my end. We're at high exertion at this point, which is good that we're going to be back in our home. $427 at 22 days. I will say I have been enjoying the pace of the 2 hours being, you know, one day. I feel like that gives us, it's like 2 days per stream. The long form content gets to feel more authentic that way. In comparison, I would say, than when I think that the last one was an hour and a half. Hey, left-handed mistakes, yo, welcome to the stream. We've been pimping out our place over here, sawing some logs and stuff. I made a nice tent kit, so we are going to be able to do more long-form travel because we've got a tent kit now. We've got our sleeping bags, and then we just kind of been getting ready to scout, you know, a little bit further into town so that we can break into the police station and get some guns. But I wanted to start with getting our carpentry to level 6. We got it. We got our carpentry up to level 5 right now, and we're getting 300 experience per wall that we build because of the ×8 multiplier plus the 75% XP boost. Yeah, no worries if you made it late, dude. That's totally fine. I've kind of been going the route of, like I said, doing the live streams, and then at the end of the stream, I unlist the video. So if you have the link, you can save the link right now if you wanted to come back to it whenever the post-processing is done and see it earlier. But other than that, I do release the VODs. Try to get them done, you know, between 2 to 3 days. Except for my Life is Strange one. I need to export that. That one I'll prioritize doing that one first. Try to get that out. Okay, so we've got 11 logs and we are highly exerted. Let's take a brief moment, drink some water, maybe get a little rest before we have to saw more planks. Awesome stuff, dude. Can't wait to catch it all. Yeah, I'm super glad that you've been enjoying it. The channel has really kind of seen some natural organic growth lately. I'll give you all the quick scoop. So we're at 57 subscribers right now. And this is the metric that has blown my mind. Over the last 28 days, only with 57 subscribers, we have had 508 watch hours. So that means that enough people have traversed the content and, over 500 hours has been watched. And specifically, I think like 120 or 140 hours have been, I think on the Before the Lights Go Out video. When is the next Life is Strange stream, asks Plasmid. That one is probably going to be, I would say, maybe I can make that one happen on Friday. I'll need to check with my wife to see when she's able to make that happen. But definitely within the next week or two, we will do the next Life is Strange. And which is funny, I thought of this. I was like, oh, let's do the Life is Strange thing. And then next thing I know, the next day, I open Reddit and I see that they're coming out with a new Life is Strange. So what the hell? That's some weird psychic stuff going on there. Okay, what was I doing? I filled up my water. I need to rest really quick. Let's see if we can read one of these light books here. Yeah, Boredom and Stress. Okay, let's do the Kentucky Observer, 1990. We'll read that, see if that helps our character really quick while we rest. Mrs. Dude is great. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed that. Again, my apologies for that other live stream of Life is Strange cutting out. That one, it was like we were an hour or so into it and then the internet dropped it. And I was like, But the full video, when I released that, is about 3.5 hours for episode 1. And then we're gonna see how episode 2 goes. I think that I'll have to maybe start those streams a little bit earlier, because by the time that we were 3 hours in, my wife was really, really tired. So her commentary kind of fades toward the end of that episode, but it's a lot of exposition. But yeah, she did some really nice voice. I would say her and I do our little voice acting, to read all of the stuff that's on the screen. But it was the first video on the channel, gaming related, that I had 2 of my Shure SM7Bs set up. So the quality is pretty nice. Definitely new, but I really enjoyed that. I want to do more stuff like that throughout the year. I've been thinking as well, my wife and I on the side have been playing Stardew Valley in our own free time. And I thought that would be nice to maybe do together and stream, as well as RimWorld. I mean, those are games that, you can just sink time into casually. But the Life is Strange is you can do it episodic and there's a definitive end to those type of things, compared to Project Zomboid, where this is an ongoing thing that I want to continue doing. Well, that didn't seem to fix our hopelessness, but I mean, that's from depression. So we need to find antidepressives. We haven't been able to yet. Let's see. She has a voice for streaming for sure. See, and that's what I was saying. I was telling her how awesome I thought that she did. All right, we're gonna saw more of these logs. And speaking of more plans that I have for the stream, because now that we're developing more of an audience, I have much more plans to integrate my my musicianship and digital audio workstation, sound effects, that type of thing into the production. A lot of the initial, I think this is stream 21 to be completely honest. And in the last 21 streams, a lot has changed in terms of what I've been able to accomplish and my competency level on that. I feel like we've kind of really hit a nice stride for the quality of the content now. So I want to try to build upon that. So, for example, I mean, here I might as well, while I'm sawing this, because I know that this is going to drive other people insane. I'm going to fade that out, and we're going to try a little bit of live instrumentation again. Let's go game, fade out. Okay, so now you're going to hear just my voice. I'm going to turn that off there. Let me open my instrument here. All right, here. You should be able to hear a choir now. Ooh. Right. Let me change. One moment. Go to a cello section. A little bit of fun there. Bring that back. And we should hear the game again. Yeah. Would you commission sound effects and stuff? Been debating streaming. Yeah, dude. I'm definitely interested in doing some stuff like that. Cause like I said, my business, I've created an LLC around this and just some content really, you know, it encompasses so many different things. So if you were interested in doing some sound effects and stuff, we can definitely set that up. Left-handed mistakes. Let me, within the next stream or so, let me get a dedicated email set up for people to submit that type of request to. But yeah, dude, that's definitely something I'm interested in. My business needs to make a little bit of money this year. I've made $0, and it's just a full, you know, dump money into the thing. So the sound effects is something that, you know, I'm interested in exploring more. The instrumentation, like I said, I make music. I've also helped white label, you know, some video edits and stuff like that for other people. So other businesses where effectively like I can make, you know, make the video for somebody and then they get to keep it, and then it looks like, you know, it comes straight from them, but really behind the scenes I do some of the stuff. Yeah, the tax write-off, that's what I'm hoping for, right? It's like I need to sit down and do the taxes this tax season. But yeah, definitely gonna have to do that because I'm the sole owner. It is an LLC, but it is taxed as a sole proprietorship. So that means that it is like bound to, like I can file it alongside like my individual taxes, but this will be the first year that I'm doing that because last year was start the business, start doing the stuff, and then, you know, here I am a year later and I'm like, okay, would be nice to to make like $10 or something like that, you know. Some of the other things that I've been thinking on the docket, right, just because I'm gonna spit off the cuff here, I've been researching, you know, setting up my B42 multiplayer server. I've been told by at least, you know, my cousin in the past, I set up a space engineer server, and he was surprised by my admin capabilities because I'm a software engineer in my day-to-day job, but I've been thinking about throwing together a community server, and, you know, if I was able to pay that off with some stuff, that would be great. On the track for monetization for the channel, my goal, just to kind of, let's go back to the stats really quick. So the 508 watch hours in the last month is incredible, given that for tier 1 monetization, so to be able to do stuff like memberships and supers and stuff like that, we need to have 3,000 public watch hours. And right now it's tracking in the app at 738, but we need 3,000 in the last 365 days. And the more content that we make, the more people find it, and, you know, the audience grows organically. So my goal this year was to reach tier 1 level monetization, which was 3,000 public watch hours. We need to get 500 subscribers. And then obviously 3 videos released in the last year, which I've got. So it's the alternative to that is I get 10 million short views, which that just seems like hit or miss, right? You can make, I've made a couple shorts that have gone to like 1.3 thousand so far, but 10 million is huge. So if I am able to get the 500 subscribers by the end of the year, that's what I'm really shooting for, is really starting to build the community up. I've got a lot of people are watching this stuff now. If I can get people to click the button, right? That's the next difficult thing. And then I've been considering doing the multi-streams to like Twitch and stuff. Haven't started that quite yet. Been focused just on YouTube, but everything is going really well with the channel, I would say. I love the pace of the organic growth, and the community has just been a joy to get to know more people that play this game, that watch the content. I love that. I did drop a poll yesterday when I wasn't able to do the stream. So if you see that on the channel, if you haven't seen the poll, the question was, and drop it in the comments below, I would love to hear from you all. Should I change up the thumbnails, right? So for the last, however many streams, I said I've been focused on a lot of the back end, and that means, I have room now to kind of spend a little bit more on the front end for less cost in terms of, the time that I'm sinking in. So the AI generated, content, I try not to go too crazy on that. But I do know that there are people who don't like AI generated content, thumbnails, things like that. Regardless, I still do put my own, human touch on it. But the question in the poll was, do you care at all? Do you want me to switch up those thumbnails? If so, I was thinking about just kind of finding, more screenshot worthy moments and then building on them. And then I think the other recommendation was given to me from Plasmid, which was, hey, it looked a little bit like Joel from The Walking Dead, or not The Walking Dead. Good Lord, I'm going to get crucified for that. The Last of Us. Joel from The Last of Us, even though that wasn't the intent. So if I continue down that train of thought, I tried to make the concept art look more close to our actual Frank Fultz, which you see here with the gray hair and the beard and the military gear and the boonie hat, and the ponytail and all that stuff. So that's the question. If you got any thoughts, comments, please leave them below. I'd love to hear as we work to improve the content, because I've had, I think just a handful of comments of people saying like, oh, like I would have loved to see this, but it was, because the AI content didn't want to, or dropping a dislike because of it, which is totally fine. I understand, but want to give people more reasons to enjoy the content. And the thumbnail is the way to get in the door, so. And that's the interesting part about making content, where it's like you put all of the time, in to make the thing, and then at the very end, you don't want to throw together the thumbnail at the last possible moment and all that other stuff. So like trying to think ahead and have all of those things prepped. It's a lot at first when you first start doing it, but the more that you do it, the more reusable stuff you have to work with, for sure. Because in the beginning, it just felt like, my God, everything is requires so much momentum. But that's it. That's the meta commentary for the channel. I just figured I'd give everybody an update, let you know how that's playing out. All right, we're gonna take these planks. I think 12 should be decent for right now. Yeah, okay, let's take the 12 planks, and then we're gonna grab more nails from the ground. Those are, where are the nails? Nails in here, right? Oh no, I left them downstairs. Okay, I'll do that. Right, turn this guy on. Okay, we are going to build this bad boy out. There's only 9 nails, okay. All right, we will go to the build menu and go to our favorites here. Not the wooden frame, we wanna build a wooden wall, hang on. Carpentry. Wooden wall advanced. $320. And then with these walls, right? So since this is just, you know, the wooden walls, you would be able to put like spackle and, you know, all of the stuff needed to make the wall look nicer. Here, hang on, let's get closer. What am I missing? Why is this? Why you gotta be so rude? I just gotta get close enough. Oh, am I missing? What am I missing? Nails. Ah, ha ha ha. The joke's on me. All right, we'll grab 4 nails, which I think I placed, yeah, right in here. 72 nails. Yeah, let's grab them. Hit that inventory button. There we go. All right, back downstairs. Let's get the rest of this carpentry experience. Get our carpentry up to level 6 so we can build some staircases. Doggy. All right, and that wooden wall, I'm just gonna add that to my favorites. All right, here we go. Build out the rest of these walls here. Bam, okay, almost there, look at that. There it is, carpentry level 6. Heck yeah, all right. You need 4,500. Okay, and I think that has exhausted all of the books that we have on carpentry. I don't think that we have the 7, 8. Yeah, look at that. Now we're getting 40 experience per wall as opposed to 300. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, I'm out of planks. Okay. Let's go grab more planks. And we'll finish that up. Oh my God, look at that. So now we can build craftsman walls. So those walls that I just built that were shit, I might have the opportunity to dismantle them and then build them better. Must be built on a wall frame. Well, everything is craftsman now, so including that window. So if I want to make that look a little bit better, we can fix that up too. All right, so let's see what the craftsman wall will get us. Come over here, go to the building mechanics, go to favorites. Crafting, favorites, building. Did I not? What the hell? Oh, is it because it's new? Yeah, the craftsman is its own class. Okay. All right, well, these are the craftsman walls. Everything looks a lot better now that our carpentry is level 6. Yeah, that looks way better. So now I have to, oh, can I fix it? Can I? Oh, that's so nice of them. Thank God. Okay. Oh, look at that. And then from upgrading the wall, I got 60. Okay, well, I'll take that. We're gonna make the walls look nice. Might as well take the opportunity to fix the one out there. Plasmid says, I'm going to go to sleep, but great stream. Thank you so much, Plasmid. Really, really appreciate you joining, as always. You enjoy the rest of your night. Catch the VOD when it's out. Okay, I think I'm out of my materials again. Am I out? Nope. Okay, I got this. That puts us at... Oh no, my mouse die? What's going on here? My mouse? My keyboard? Okay, hang on. I think this happened before. I need to plug in a USB device. 1 second. Okay, plugging in a mouse. Okay, well that lets me move. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. That's so strange when that happens. I just had to plug in a separate keyboard. That fixed it. Okay, and now I am out of planks again. Grab some more. Oh damn, we're gonna make the downstairs look really nice. Finish that out. How many more planks we got? Only 9 planks? Dude. Okay, well, we'll pick up the rest of the planks. Should be able to fix that up. And we live close enough to more logs, so I mean, it's not that big of a deal. The bigger concern would be the axe breaking, but I think with our maintenance and crafting skill, we would be able to manage that. And I'm taking an alternative approach where in the original playthrough that I had before the build 42.13, you know, did the big sad, the irreversible. I started with like foraging and all of like the survival and stuff like that, those skills. I was putting them to use, where now I feel like this is a lot more, you know, preparatory in nature, but we're going to get those skills sufficiently up so that we can kind of go more out into the world and survive and thrive. Okay, this wall, I just swore that one was good, but it needs upgrading. Okay, so all of these walls look like they are good now. Now let's go right here. Okay, I need to go right there. There we go. So once the walls themselves are built, then you need to, in order to make them look like that, you need to have like plaster. And then once you put plaster on it, then you can put paint on it. But point being, this is now more of a home. And our TV and chair that we moved down here is all nice. Yeah, and then obviously there's no lights right now. What we're gonna do as well, let's pick up some of the trash and the debris that's on the ground. Try to clean up the space, make it look a little bit nicer. You know what started out, you know, originally with my intent to go and explore it really took a hard turn into the carpentry zone, but you know what, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. All right, trash, wooden fence debris, more planks. I'll put them here in the house. And we already have a shitload of paint, but I would need a paintbrush. And then this light belonging in here is understandable for right now. There's no generator. What is this? Yeah, I'll pick up the empty pallet. We're able to disassemble that. Okay, yes. So I'm gonna pick it up. I can disassemble that. I'll take that upstairs, disassemble it. All right, more trash. Yeah, let's just kind of pick up the floor. And you can, fun fact, if you have bleach and soap and like a sponge or a mop, you can clean blood and stuff off the walls. So, just a little fun fact if you were unaware. Okay, that looks like all of the trash is picked up. All right, now this guy that we have, where is it? Empty pallet. I'll drop it. And then with that empty pallet, goodness gracious, I would really like to disassemble it. Pick up this empty pallet, set unwanted. All right, here, hang on. I'm gonna grab the empty pallet, move it again. Drop it right here. Place it on the ground. And then we should, yeah, disassemble empty pallet. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted. And that gave us 1 plank. Okay. Well, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We're gonna take all of these like splinters and twigs and things like that, and the tree branches, we're gonna throw them downstairs in our storage area that we now have here in the home. And we are hungry, but we're making it through. All right, and then flashlight, equip secondary. All right, I'll put this in the corner. Or you know what, like let's grab these planks and this wooden rod. I'm gonna set them on the shelf. A carpentry chisel too. What is that used in? Make a rake spiked weapon. Ooh. Hey, make a spade head cudgel. Wrench, carpentry chisel, a hand drill, a short bat, large branch, nuts and bolts, and a spade head. A saw blade, wooden bat, nuts and bolts, carpentry chisel, hand drill. Okay, well, we've got the hand drill and the carpentry chisel and the wrench and the nuts and bolts. So that's interesting. So a bat and a short bat. Make a garden fork head weapon. And then you can use, okay, you can use a large branch instead of a baseball bat. And then a short branch, you can use a short bat or a wooden mallet. Okay. Well, interesting. I'm going to grab the screws and the carpentry chisel and move them over as well. All right, we are gonna plop the planks, the twigs. Let's put the planks on the shelf, the carpentry chisel is going to go on the other shelf next to the drill, since that's its intended purpose. Okay, so that's in there. And then we've got our saplings, tree branches, all that stuff. That will place right here with the trash, the wooden stuff, the twigs, sapling, tree branch, and the wooden rod. That is all just going to go down here. Nice little carpentry stockpile down in the basement. Now, if we just had power, it's just so dark. And our canteens are empty. We need to fill those. All right, box of screws. And then I'll keep, there's 17 nails. I'll just put them with the planks right there. And we're gonna hold on to the wood saw. Yeah, I'll drop the saw on the ground. That's the tent kit. We're still hungry. Got lard, margarine. You know what? We're gonna eat a butter chunkers bar. We have been putting in the work today. We earned a butter chunkers bar. We got a lot of canned food. Okay, and then wait, so that we had 3 planks. I think we needed 4. I was gonna say we can make the better version of that window. Yeah, it was wooden fence. It's a wooden fence advance, wooden stairs, wooden window frame that is craftsman. Oh, it just needs 2. Yay. Okay, we're gonna go upgrade that wooden frame. We just need 2 planks and 4 nails. So let's go grab that. All right, 2 planks. And then we'll just grab the rest of the nails. Actually, let's say put in container, put amount away on shelves. We need 4, so 13. Let's put 13 away. There we go. That is a mod, by the way. Hopefully they put that into the main game because it's a very necessary mod. All right, we're gonna fix up our little area here. All right, go back to our carpentry, or sorry, go to our favorites. This will be craftsman window frame. And there's that upgrade. Awesome. Where's that put us at carpentry wise? 807 out of 4,500. You know what? I mean, good deal. We've upped our carpentry 2 levels in one day, and we can now make craftsman stuff, and we can make a staircase. And that staircase, what do we need to build that? That staircase, we got log stairs. Wooden stairs, 13 planks and 8 nails. So, I mean, perfect example of that. You know, I could put stairs right here on the bottom going up, and then build a little platform that's just like a little nest or whatever, so that you could come up here and then readily see down both sides of the street. And then this just serves as a safe way of getting up or like getting out. So that way I don't have to come over here and then do this. You know, this is nice still, but like for the sake of something functional and kind of awesome, a little nest would be nice here. So just, you know, or a watchtower, just build some stairs going out. We'll extend, you know, one out and then just build wall. And then this serves as the easy in and out. And I mean, if you really wanted to be badass, the other way to do it would be just, you know, you'd keep these walls as they are, and then you could build, you know, staircase up, you build flooring out, and then wall, and then a window, and you drop the rope out the window, and then you could climb up into the watchtower and then go down the stairs. Little neat, fun ideas, you know. Our grass is starting to grow, but I mean, we need 13 planks to do that. Easiest way would literally be to go out there and start chopping shit up there. Otherwise, we got a couple. Yeah. Okay. We need to get some water. Yeah, we're gonna deal with that, and we need to stop wasting our battery. I think for the time being, we are good. Hatchet wise, what is this at? The sharpness. Okay, so sharpness needs to be fixed. I think I have a whetstone. Yeah, I do. Sharpen blade. Okay, and then it's too dark. Okay, so if I take that whetstone, or actually here, let's just turn on the flashlight real quick. Oh. Really? Okay, can't craft, missing required items, the hatchet head. What does it say? Must have a sharpness that is lower than its condition or head. Sharpness lower than the condition or head. Yeah, but I mean, this is not just... What am I looking for? Why can't I? Player is moving. If I go to a table, okay, I have the hatchet. I should have put the whetstone in there. Goodness gracious, son of a bitch. Where'd you go? I swore I moved it in my inventory. Okay, there we go. Let's go back here. Crafting, sharpen blade. Exactly. Okay, cool. All right, and then that should, yeah, hopefully we'll see the sharpness go up a decent amount. Here we go. Yeah, nice. And we are not able to do it again because the sharpness needs, yeah, so it'll only bring it up to the head condition. Is that what it's? Sharpness that is lower than its condition / head condition. Yeah, so that literally raised it from being not very sharp to where the current head condition is. And I don't know that you're able to show craft recipes. Fix with duct tape. Fix with adhesive tape. Fix with glue, fix with wood glue. Fix with zip ties. I didn't even know that there were fucking zip ties in this game. I haven't even seen them. Assemble medium implement. So you need a wooden mallet. And then something to carve or something. Yeah, okay. And then a hammer head or a hatchet head or whatever. And then you can get a claw hammer. Okay, interesting. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and then in terms of what we're able to fix this with, do we have any of those materials? Not right there. We got a decent amount of our ammunition. Well, I'll be honest, I'm feeling like there's not too much left in this episode that we're gonna have time for. How customary it ended at 4:20 in game. And there it is. Okay. And we are still streaming. Okay, wonderful. Now, let's go over what we have on the docket, my friends. I should be able to turn this off. We are going to take a rest in our chair. Now, I know that this was a lot of building today. Like, we did not do what my original intent was, but I think that we still got a lot of good stuff out of this. So we spent the last couple of hours, you know, just upgrading our carpentry, doing a little bit of stuff around the house. We've built our way to having, you know, an easy way to go in and out of our neighborhood. We now have the ability to build staircases and craftsman-like walls. So that to me is a win. Why? Because eventually we are going to want to expand from where we are in Maldra. You know, and let's fix this map in this orientation. We're going to want to be able to traverse from Maldra to, you know, Louisville, for example. Where the hell is Louisville on this map? It's up all the way over here. Yeah. We want to be able to go to Louisville eventually. We want to be able to expand our sphere of influence outside of the immediate confines of Maldra, and having our carpentry up to be able to produce things of high quality means that whenever we do eventually, you know, leave the safety and confines of our starting city, maybe head over here, you know, go to Echo Creek, we will be able to build things of quality. So things aren't going to look shitty wherever we end up. I want, you know, let's kind of move some of this stuff so that we can reclaim some map space. There we go. All right, I want to add to the map here, right? Let's go fishing. All right, we want to go fishing, and we can go fishing right there. As part of that, right, we would need to build or find a fishing rod. Okay, and then I'll bring that down just a little bit. We need to build or find a fishing rod, and then we would also need to make some chum bait. That's from meat. Long-term goals too, we are going to want to, you know, befriend some animals. Wouldn't it be awesome to befriend some animals? I just realized that I think that this was written in gray and these are in black. So if it looks like it's a slightly different color, whoops. Yeah, so we've got our fishing. We want to level up the foraging. Another long-term goal. We will make fresh sushi. It has to happen. I don't think I got to make the sushi in my last character, and I hyped that shit up. I found the rice vinegar and was not able to even use it before the game broke on the update. So if the game doesn't break via an update in between streams or before the time that we find the rice vinegar, we will be making sushi. Okay. Well, I do want to take, just a brief moment and say thank you again to every single one of you that has taken a moment to like, to subscribe, to drop a comment. You all mean the world to me. So thank you very much. I'm just some dude on the internet. I'll see you in the next one.